Shelly. I'm a tarot reader and a spiritual teacher. And I study planetary alignments to help those that are led to me understand the energies that we in. So I do have a message for today. What's going on? What's really going on? I miss y'all, and I'm over here. I'm using Igor today. I do want to talk about that new moon coming up in Pisces. We'll talk about the cosmic energy just a little bit later. Let me get my okay. Ten of swords want to just jump out before I get the scene together. But no matter what you're doing, get down in those comments. Let me know what you're doing, what's going on, how has life been treating you? Cause I'm nosy. Like I care and all, but I'm a little bit nosy. Yeah, I have no problem with saying that. Okay. I want to thank all of my YouTube subscribers for being here and hanging out with me, supporting. If I am not here and you need me, I am over on TikTok, but I do suggest that you get to my TikTok page from the link in the description box because I have been cloned and over on TikTok. So I will not, okay, I will not inbox you and ask you for if you want readings or anything like that. I'm just not that type of person. I'll be a little bit too busy, okay? I'll be a little bit too busy. Hey. Hey. But I do have a message. Like I said, that Ten of Swords popped out and we're going to talk about it, okay? Yes, we are. We're going to talk about it. As soon as I get the area correct, okay? As soon as I get this little area together, don't rush me. I feel like it's a Russian spirit. Hey, Candace, what's going on? I feel a little Russian spirit. Don't rush me. Now, y'all know Igor is like something else. He is going to tell the story, all right? And so with that 10 of swords coming out there, I just feel an energy of I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? Like that 10 of swords coming out there is like I'm so damn tired, right? Also the energy of like, have you ever I don't want to say, have you ever failed? Because I know every last one of us has fallen before, right? I'm talking about actually hitting the pavement, right? And so we are sort of conditioned to get right up, right? We are, that's just, it's just like almost like human instinct, right? To just bounce right back up, right? But how many times have you fallen and the Ten of Swords is that energy of just lay there, right? Just lay there, right? Allow yourself to assess why you have fallen. I mean, I remember seeing somebody fall and their internal instinct or programming or rearing or whatever it was, they jumped right up, but their ankle was broken, right? So you literally are in a situation where your ankle is broken and you jump right up, right? But if you had laid there just for a moment, not caring about the embarrassment, not caring about who saw you, not caring about what people are gonna say, and you just laid there and you just assessed why, right? You know, I say all the time about the Ten of Swords is about thoughts, right? It's a mental exhaustion. It's um a overload of thinking, right? And so I'm gonna say at this time, give yourself grace. If you are confused, if you are anxious, if you are frustrated, give yourself grace and just lay there and assess why, when, and how, right? So that you can go back and correct those things internally. This is not about, the Ten of Swords is not about getting up and going and pronouncing, that I was weak and I failed. I'm sorry I did this or that, right? It's this not about that. This is the overall energy that I'm getting. It's about assessing for self, because when you fall, right, when in life hit a stumbling block, and you fall, or you feel less than, it's a personal thing. You see there's no one else on that car. I mean, not even in the distance, right? There's no one else on that car. So what that's saying to me is it doesn't even matter what anybody else thinks. It's a personal thing that you do when you do finally get the fuck back up. Okay. Um we got that new moon on the 10th. That is for new endeavors, right? We actually have, like, March is a big, big, big month. Okay. It is this year 2024 is considered the year of the dragon. It is considered an 8 year, and March is the beginning of the new astrological cycle, right? So we celebrate, we have been taught to celebrate New Year in December, which that was a way to suppress energy, right? But March is the true new year, and that's why I put all of my energy, like, for this. My spiritual journey has been over the last, let's say, 5 years, right? And I have now gotten to the point where I don't use my energy during December, which is almost counterproductive, because December is a time of regeneration, right? It's a time of dormancy for the world, right? For nature, right? December is a time of hibernation, So it's just understanding that I have chosen to celebrate my new year in March, right? That's just my own personal opinion. And then with that celebration of new energy, spring approaching, right? It is a very big month. There are about 8 different portals, and we'll talk about that cosmic energy a little bit further down in the video. But this 6 of Pentacles coming out right here is like overall energy being the 10 of Swords, mental anguish, confusion, frustration, and have gotten to the point where I'm not, that's the imagery, that's the meaning. I'm not, like, I don't care, I don't give a damn, right? um and then you have the 6 of Pentacles. So that 6 of Pentacles here is a balancing of your energy in order to not overgive of yourself, not to over saturate, right? Not to give too much of yourself. The 6 of Pentacles is a card of discernment, right? Those two people, yeah, they right there, both of them begging, but he not even looking in the direction of one of them, right? And so how does that correlate to your life, right? Basically, when you get your ass back up in the right frame of mind, doing things for yourself, focusing on yourself, and someone comes along, you have to understand that everybody does not deserve some of you. It's simple. Everybody don't deserve some of you. My. Igor is always going to tell it, honey. Igor is going to tell it. And here we go, right? And so I'm feeling like with the mental anguish as the overall energy, and the 6 of Pentacles needing to have balance. I feel like previously there was a time when you were balanced. You were balanced, and because the Ten of Swords is that overall energy, you were balanced. You did have some sense of discernment. I believe that you allowed your thinking to put you in a place. I just want to say, I feel like somebody just was able to slip in, right? You know that the Three of Swords is about a third party, and I feel like this person needed a third party to beat you, right? Third party doesn't always mean relationship with another person, right? Like it doesn't all third party doesn't always mean another entity, another romantic relationship. It could be, you know, that person put school over the relationship. That person put work over the relationship. That person put their children over the relationship. You know, this is that bringing in of that energy. Just like my mama said, right? My sister told me, you know. So this is like they brought in a third party to they need something else, like what they could bring couldn't beat you, like what they can say to you couldn't beat you, right? And I feel like this person acted pure, right? This is a masculine energy that we're dealing with. It could be just, it could be a man or just a masculine energy, right? I also feel like they can't stop talking about you, right? I'm feeling like they can't, and that's the reason why you're thinking this. Remember, we are electromagnetic beings, we are telepathic beings, right? And this is the reason why you feel this particular thing. This is the reason why you feel this thing, because they are communicating with you, even though they're not calling and they're not texting and they're not remember, a person does not have to call you to communicate with you. A person does not have to text you to communicate with you. But a person can simply think about you. The thinking is what's causing you to have this anguish. That's causing you, them thinking about you, talking about you, speaking of you, right? Yeah, that's why you're in this energy, because they're in your energy. Clear message. Clear message. And after much ado, I'm just gonna be like completely clear with you. We got the Seven of Cups. And so this Seven of Cups is like a wake-up call. It's almost like, okay, I do understand you in this, but I need you to Seven of Cups it. I need you to understand. I need you to pick yourself. I always say this when I get the Seven of Cups. There are so many options, right? There's so, you know, this is the options card, right? That's, of course, what you would say, right? Oh, you know, you have options. Okay, but at the same time, which one do you pick? I always say pick divine. You know, you being in the likeness and the image thereof, pick yourself, right? Because I almost feel like this person fucked around and found out. Like it was just that simple. For this Seven of Cups to be here, it's like know who you are, right? You know, the Three of Swords is a thinking card, right? This is where your thoughts can overpower your heart, right? And so it's like know who you are, remember who you are, what it is that you actually have, what it is that you actually possess, right? Putting your energy back into yourself and understanding the principles of self, right? Okay. Clear message, divine. Come in, give me a clear message. And there go Empress. You know, don't shit change when I read, okay? Don't nothing change when I read. Like I know, right? Like you literally got like when you were in your own energy before you allowed them to come in and take this, before you allow it's almost like you allowed them to slip in. It's the best way I can say it. You allowed for the it was like they slipped in, right? Oh wow. And this was a product of their insecurities. Wow. Thank you, Divine. Yeah, this was a product of their insecurities. Wow. It's like this was a this heartbreak, this heartache, this third party. They brought that in because of their insecurities. They knew. It's like you thought you had some insecurities, but this person like knew your strength, right? And I feel like the insecurities that you knew for yourself, you I want to say like they brought in something else, right? And so you did have some insecurities, but look who you are, right? Look who you are, Empress and Manifester, right? You know, Empress get whatever the fuck she want. That's just how it go. And this is what's going to be needed in order for you to come up out of this hurt, this pain, this anguish, is understand like I'm no motherfucking manifester. Like who the fuck? Who do you think that you are? Who do you think that you are that you could bring a third party, a mom, a aunt, what your sister said, a job, your kids? Who the fuck do you think that I will allow you to put anything over me, right? You can it's a lot of shit that can be equal to me, but you can't put a motherfucking thing over me. I love it. Y'all know I get excited. I get excited. So if I got to treat you with kid gloves, it may be a time to, exit stage left. And some people would even say like, oh, well, my kids are going to be more important than my person. If you feel that way, then there may be, I feel like you don't know how to compartmentalize, right? Well, you don't know how to have your kids here and your person here voluntarily. Like you don't have to, your person, and if your person telling you to put them over your kids, you should have a problem as well. No, we should be able to compartmentalize. My family is important. You are important. My children are important. You all are important, right? No one person over the other. Because Empress ain't gonna go for that. Nor is the Queen of Wands. And that damn Knight of Pentacles. Easy, baby. Easy. You see how that Knight of Pentacles pulled the fuck up. Quick. Fast. Yeah. It wasn't. It's like literally. It's like understanding this right here is why. So this is why I want to say this, right? I talked about their insecurities is what put you into the third party situation. But they are, it's like you had an insecurity, but you never shared your insecurities with them. And so I'm just gonna say this real quickly. For those of you who do share your insecurities with other people, try to stop that. Okay. I know that would be a hard thing to do for someone who is like, I'm an open book and I get things out there and anything you want to know, just ask me, right? I'm cool with that, right? I'm actually an open book, but I got a couple pages blacked out. Right, so you can open my motherfucking book, right? But for somebody, for a love, like a love interest, there's a couple pages that's blocked out, babe. Yeah. And you ain't about to see all the shit that, because why would I? Right? Because we don't understand that by sharing insecurities gives the opponent, right? And so when you're in that loving, giving, energy, sometimes you're willing to open up and let people see your vulnerabilities. But understand this: how many times have you been in a loving situation and then eventually one day, far out, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years down the line, they bring all this shit to you about your past. And they just bring this up over and over. Oh, remember when? Yeah, I know you would do that because, or bring up your, when it get dirty, they don't care. The other person does not care. And then you sitting there like, I would never bring that up to them. Okay, you're not fighting them in the same way. There are no rules when it comes to fighting. So I just say never express your insecurities to others, right? Especially motherfuckers that's acting so concerned. Oh, nothing. I end up like, what I do is I tell people like half of the vulnerability. So if my energy is off and a motherfucker come in and be like, okay, well, what's wrong? What's wrong? Anything wrong with you? I'll tell them the shit that ain't even, what I'm saying, that's mediocre. And a lot of people are like, well, I just don't want to play the game anymore. Let me tell you something. You're gonna play this motherfucking game your whole life. You're going to be a part of the motherfucking game. And if you don't understand that, because the Seven of Cups in the motherfucking Knight of Pentacles is saying you got options. Now plant them, sit there and be fucking quiet. That horse is not running. That horse, you wouldn't hear this motherfucking horse coming. Okay? 2024 is the year of chess, not motherfucking checkers. Okay? We've been playing checkers our whole life. You know what happens in checkers? Jump, 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 king me, crown me. A motherfucker constantly talking. It's like they can't wait to make their move so they can talk and tell you what move they making. No. This is chess. Be quiet. Be quiet. Because this motherfucker, yeah, they was just sharing. They don't care. Like the shit that a person will share with you sometimes, they're just sharing to get the information from you. That's it. They just sharing to get your information. And the shit that they telling you, they don't give a fuck about. So why don't you play the same motherfucking game? Tell them some shit you don't care about. Now let me get the clarifiers. The Knight of Pentacles is about setting some things in motion without having to say anything. I seen a interview with Brittany Renner. I think that's her name. And she went on to say there was a controversial situation where she told about sleeping with 3 men and then she contracted like an infection, right? But it was a common infection for women, right? It wasn't, any type of STD or anything. And the person in the interview brought it up, right? Hey, babe. So it's on Club Shay Shay. Shay Shay brought it up. Like, oh, remember when you said you slept with 3 men in a row and blah, blah, blah. Right. And so she was like, I really don't care. I'm living my truth and I am blah, 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 blah. Well, you are living your truth. I understand. But like I said, it's a couple things I'm going to leave out for a motherfucker. It ain't nobody business. It's just not. And so I'm not speaking against her telling that story because that's her story and whatever she wanted to experience as her truth, that's cool, right? But then she went on to say in this video, in this interview, well, Shannon, I've been with 35 men. Hey, whatever you do, that's cool. But you do not have to tell the world because you say that the person that you want to be with is not going to care about any of that stuff. You don't have to tell the world. You don't have to tell your person, oh, I've been with 35 people. That ain't his business. Because the emperor don't want to hear it. That's the thing about empress. Is that you think the emperor want to hear that? You think the empress ain't never been with nobody? The emperor just don't want to hear it. It's unnecessary. Oh, well, I was with first of all, let me say this real quick. That ain't even my dog. This dog is barking for me, but that is not my dog. That's my neighbor's dog. And she ain't gonna stop. Like she clearly, every time she hear my voice, here she go again. Cause she think I'm finna get her a cracker. She want that cracker. Girl, get off my patio, okay? But yeah, you can do whatever the fuck you wanna do. You don't have to tell people. One of the other things she went on to say was that, she allowed a third party to come into her relationship. Who cares? You know, and she's right. The person for her won't care about any of that. I'm not telling all of that. I'm just letting you know. I'm not telling all that. Real shit. You ain't gonna know nothing. The sun in reverse on top of the empress. I'm not telling all of that. The Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. What's up? Sun card in reverse. You're going to have to spend some time getting out of. And that's the only thing I can say right here. It's like you've been spending time trying to get out of, and you're going to have to continue spending time to get out of. It's work that needs to be done. I offer spiritual sessions, $33.33, where we can talk personally to get out of this type of energy. I did put my link tree in the description box. You guys can, if anything in this video, helped you, hit the like button to get full access to my private videos and messages. You can become a member of Select Few. The link is in the description as well. You can book me at Linktree. All you would do is just send over your money and a message with a number where you can be contacted or where you would like to have your reading. So say, for instance, you want your reading on TikTok, you would put your number in TikTok. You would send over, if you want to have your message on YouTube, you would put your number in YouTube. If you want a private, you will put your number in private. All right. But I do appreciate you. It's just this here with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse on top of the Queen of Wands is some work that you need to do. And then we got the Queen of Swords. Yeah. Yep. And then we have the Queen of Swords sitting her pretty ass up here. And you know the Queen of Swords do not give a fuck. Okay? The Queen of Swords is not concerned with what needs to be taken out in order to get. She do. I don't. All the queens are strong, right? The queens have different powers. So if you want to say that, right? But the Queen of Swords, she get your ass together. Like if you are in your Queen of Swords energy, going from the Ten of Swords, going from, mentally flustered, in a state of assessing, right? And your ass get to the Queen of Swords, where you cut every fucking thing out, everybody out, in order to pick yourself, Seven of Cups, in order to plant your seed, Knight of Pentacles. That's amazing. And you will get there. As I said, if you would like to work with me, you can visit the link for spiritual sessions, private sessions, where you and I talk out of get yourself out of this sun in reverse energy, get a no creation, blockage, get yourself out of the Queen of Pentacles in reverse situation. Doesn't seem like anything is coming in. You're trying to manifest. The heartbreak is stopping you. The sun in reverse, no inspiration, no motivation, on top of the Empress, which it's like who you are. You've been able, Six of Pentacles, to set yourself aside from others, right? Let me get the afterthought. Miss Molly is not. Her name is Molly, and I call her Meatball. She is not about to. I can't say she ain't gonna interrupt, because she's interrupting, but she not about to stop me. Let me get this afterthought. Because y'all got to remember, there is nothing in my backyard. So she's just trying to get my attention. Tower card. So the afterthought is the Tower card. Okay, so when the Tower card comes out, I don't get, it's more of like just a warning for me, it's like, if you don't pull yourself out of or get some help to come out of, this is therapy, this is visualization, this is meditation, this is group therapy. If you don't do something to get yourself out of this, this is the time with that new moon coming. This is a time of new beginnings, right? This is a time of new in Pisces, right? It's new energy. It's being able, like, one of the things I did in order to, because I've been kind of like in hermit mode over the winter months, is I bought like a treadmill, the little personal treadmill, so I can work energy, because you're not as active in the winter months as you are in the summer months. And I kind of been in hibernation, hermit mode, just sticking to myself. But sometimes those energies come in and will also, affect, or they will also alter, right? So you're dealing with your own energy at this time. So I got like that little personal treadmill where I can work out some of that energy, right? And so that Tower card, like I said, is sort of a warning if you don't do what is needed. That me getting that treadmill, that was an actual, I need to work out some of this energy. I need to tap into my divine masculine energy. The masculine energy has to do something, has to move. The energy has to move through the body. We're dealing with Aries and Chiron and Aries right now. More of a personal stance on ourselves and what it is that we want out of this big thing called life, right? So I'm not going to put that Tower card up there, but I'm going to say just be mindful. What's the next card out? Hierophant. Yeah, this is taking up for self, standing up for self, creating tradition, right? Creating your own rituals, right? Creating, setting the rules for your spiritual land, right? Giving the rules and instructions to others of how you will be treated, how you will be played, how you will be talked to. So I love that for you. And as you know, I'll be back